A nearly $3 billion income tax cut passed the Wisconsin Assembly, despite promises from Governor Tony Evers he'd veto it. The Assembly passed it 64-35. Republicans say it's designed to fight inflation and make more Wisconsin retirees stay in the state. Taxes would drop almost a percentage point for people making somewhere around $27,000 to $305,000 a year. The bill also excludes the first $150,000 of a couple's retirement income from taxes.